Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're good, hope you're well. Welcome back along to the channel. Going to do a little bit of a vlog today on the final game of the season. It's going to be a bit of a, I don't want to say celebratory mood at Arsenal today, because obviously we didn't go on and achieve what we wanted, which was to become Premier League champions. But I think there is a feeling in the air of appreciation of the fact that Arsenal have of course managed to come on leaps and bounds over the course of a season, have managed to challenge Manchester City for the Premier League title, which I think we can all agree at the start of the campaign seemed highly unlikely, maybe even impossible. So what I really want to see today, and I've just set off, the sun is shining, making my way to the station, equipment in tow, got this massive old bag on my back. It drives me mental, but listen, I wouldn't change my job for the world. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I think there is going to be a positive atmosphere at the Emirates today. I think that people are going to be showing their appreciation for what the team has done, for how far the team has come, and showing the support and love that we've all kind of felt over the course of this season. And that's one of the real positives of this campaign. Mikel Arteta, in his press conference the other day, was asked to summarise the season in one word, and I think he used the word connection. I would have probably used myself the word encouraging, because I think that's valid as well, but connection is right too. You know, it really does feel like everybody's back on the same page, everybody's behind the team. And as I make my way down to Emirates Stadium today, I'm really looking forward to just showing our appreciation as fans, as journalists, etc., for what this team have managed to produce this season. It also looks like today is going to be Granit Xhaka's final appearance in an Arsenal shirt in front of the home crowd. So it's probably going to be a bit of a send-off for him as well. What a journey he's been on as an Arsenal player. What a roller coaster. But I think he managed to win everybody over this season. And just looking at his Instagram post, you feel very much as though it is farewell. Now, we've heard loads of reports about him going to Bayer Leverkusen and all that, but I think that Instagram post was kind of the confirmation, wasn't it? And I'm sure we'll hear from him once the game is done and dusted. But yeah, heading down there now, catch up with you guys in a little bit. So I've just arrived at the Emirates Stadium. Lovely atmosphere here. You can see there's people everywhere, and we're still a good 3 hours from kickoff at the moment. They've put a DJ over here. You can see him just there in the background to create a bit of a party atmosphere. It's as though the club are doing their bit to kind of say thank you for the support this season. Lots of people getting inside the armoury to buy obviously the brand new kit, which came out earlier this week on Friday, I think it was. So yeah, really nice atmosphere. Just bumped into Elliot from the Arsenal Vision podcast as well, walking down the street. Just as nice as you'd think he'd be in person as well. Fantastic guy. And of course he was with Andrew from Arsblog as well. So got to see those two guys and say hello, and yeah, I'm a big fan of their work. So yeah, it was good to see them in person. But yeah, just going to stroll around, soak in the atmosphere for a little bit, and then going to make my way inside the ground, get myself set up. Was that David Luiz in the background? Get myself set up and ready to broadcast the game on BBC Radio London. There'll be teams all over the Premier League today, but I'll be here for them covering this one. There's nowhere else I'd rather be, regardless of the fact that the Premier League title is no longer a possibility. But yeah, looking forward to it, looking forward to giving the players a send-off as we discussed earlier on, and potentially Granit Xhaka a send-off as well. Stadium pitch looking lush as ever. So we've made it inside Emirates Stadium. It's a beautiful day, the sun is shining, and it's Arsenal's final game of the season. Just here behind Mikel Arteta's dugout at the moment. Of course, I've got problems with my kit dialing into the studio. It wouldn't be a normal day at work without some hiccups. Hoping to get that resolved ASAP, of course. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting for a little bit of assistance, I'm just taking it all in inside the Emirates Stadium for the final time this season. It's been a roller coaster, as we've discussed, but you know what? couldn't have asked for a better day to kind of give the players the send-off for the season that they deserve. Nobody inside the stadium yet in terms of supporters. I'm sure the turnstiles will be opening pretty shortly. The Gunners are doing a wonderful thing today. If you tap in with your digital pass, I believe you get a free drink on the club, so that'll encourage people to come into the stadium nice and early and create the atmosphere that we're hoping for. I have to say though, on the way here, coming through the sort of tube station and walking down the Holloway Road and then over to Emirates Stadium, it has felt a little bit flat, which you can understand. You know, this is a bit of a dead rubber now. It is a game that has very little meaning to it. I know a lot of people have said, you know, we need to finish the season strong, and I agree with that. You know, you want that send-off, you want the players to get the kind of last hurrah that they deserve here today. God, the sprinklers have started. Better watch out. But yeah, you know, it isn't a game with an awful lot of meaning, and it isn't a game that's going to be overly stressful today regardless of the outcome. But good opportunity, as I keep on saying, to just show our appreciation to the players, to Mikel Arteta, to his staff for what they've managed to do so far this season, or throughout the course of this season. You can see the guys here behind me getting ready for the pitch side stuff, which is going to be taking place of course once people start making their way into the ground. There's the legend Frimpong behind me. I have said hello to him in the press room, but he's busy at work now, so I'll catch up with him in a bit, I'm sure. But yeah, enjoy. So just in position here in the press box at Emirates Stadium. Kickoff is around about 10 minutes away as I record this. The Arsenal side, the same side that played against Nottingham Forest last weekend, despite suggestions Bukayo Saka and Leandro Trossard were doubts, they both start the game, which I guess is encouraging. Everybody wanted to see Bukayo Saka here today, of course, after signing that new contract in the week, or at least the announcement coming for that new contract in the week. Interesting that Partey looks as though he's playing at right back again. Kiwior at left back. What does that mean for Kieran Tierney? Remains to be seen, doesn't it? It doesn't look good for him in terms of his Arsenal future. But is this a sign of what Mikel Arteta wants to do moving forward? Is this a sign of him, again, kind of looking at what Pep Guardiola's done with the physical fullbacks that aren't traditional fullbacks that are probably better off playing in either the heart of the defence or the heart of the midfield, and thinking this is the way to move forward? Interesting, because at the same time, we've read reports today, haven't we, that Moises Caicedo, somebody that Arsenal were linked with, could be coming into play as a fullback rather than a centre midfielder. This certainly plays into that narrative, but it's going to be interesting to see how it works again. I didn't think it worked at Forest, but even if it does work today at home to Wolves on the final day of the season, does that mean it's a goer for next season? It's something tactically Arsenal are going to have to do a lot of work on. I didn't expect to see it today, but we are going to see it, and is that a sign of things to come? We'll find out. time at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal leading by 3-0. Granit Xhaka with a brace on what's likely to be his final game for the Gunners. Should have had the hat-trick as well, had a real good opportunity at the end of that half. Fluffed his lines from around about 10 yards out. Hopefully he'll get another opportunity to sign off in style. Other than that, there was a trademark Bukayo Saka goal, wonderfully taken, cutting onto his left foot with incredible speed to lose the defender and fired it past Jose Sa, who had absolutely no chance of keeping it out. I'm going to tuck into my half-time mini fish and chips and get back on it for the second half. Emirates Stadium. It finished Arsenal 5, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. A brilliant performance on the final day, plenty of goals, a couple for Granit Xhaka, Bukayo Saka getting in on the act, Gabriel Jesus scoring 2, and Jakub Kiwior getting his first goal for the club as well. You can see behind me that the players are down on the pitch. They will be making their way inside, I think, for a few minutes, and then they'll be back out to thank the fans. It'll be a lap of appreciation in which they can thank the fans, but also the fans can thank them for what's been a really, really good season overall. Okay, it ended in disappointment. We've talked about this 1,000,001 times, but they've exceeded expectations in the Premier League. There's no doubt about that. And if I, as I said earlier on in the video, was to describe this season in one word, it would be encouraging. that's it for another season. Arsenal 5, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0 on the final day. A farewell for Granit Xhaka, it seems. He got a couple of goals. He couldn't have really asked for much more, although he probably should have had the hat-trick. Some excellent scenes after the game. Mikel Arteta addressing the crowd inside the stadium. The same with Martin Odegaard, the club captain, of course. And just by how many people had stayed back to see that, you could kind of gather and understand how appreciative the Arsenal supporters are of the season that's just ended. I know we didn't get the big one. I keep saying it, but you know, you have to caveat everything with that, because of course it was a disappointment. But I mean, what a campaign it's been. Some ups, some incredible highs, some lows as well. But the most important thing is that Arsenal are moving in the right direction under Mikel Arteta, and I'm fascinated to see what's going to happen this summer. I'm so intrigued to see what Arsenal are going to do in the transfer market. I think the squad's going to look different again. You know, the next step of the evolution, if you want to put it that way. But just wonderful scenes here at the Emirates, and glad I got to share it with those of you that, of course, couldn't be here in the form of a vlog. I'm not the best vlogger in the world, I know that. So you'll have to bear with me if the editing's not great, or if I've said something that I said earlier on in the video as well. I probably should map these things out a little bit better before I do them, instead of just pressing the record button. But listen, we're going to do a full-length podcast tomorrow in which we'll discuss today's game, we'll discuss the season. We've got a couple of season review episodes dropping over the course of this coming week, which are going to be really in-depth, and it's always easier to do them, or I think better to do them, when the emotion has calmed down a little bit. So looking forward to bringing you those podcasts as well. But I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's subscribed, to everybody who listens in, watches in, to all the wonderful people I've bumped into at Emirates Stadium. Thank you for your support over the season. It's been a dream come true for me. Working as BBC London's Arsenal reporter was something I couldn't even see happening. You know, when I started on this journey, I thought it was impossible, and I'm massively thankful to them for the opportunity. But I'm really thankful to you guys as well, because without your support on this platform, none of that happens. So a big thanks from the bottom of the heart from me, and I think I'm going to hit the Torrington now and have a few drinks. Catch you in a bit.